We're live, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. How are we all? It's nice to see some regulars popping back.
Good evening,
So,
everyone.
right now, we should be sat in Germany in the IMM drinking beer. So, what's everyone else up to instead of that? What have you all been up to?
God, I wish I was in. Well, I wish I was at any mini show drinking beer, to be honest. But
Yeah, so what have we been up to this week? Well, I can't disclose everything I've been up to this week because it would give away some of the videos. But yeah, I've been cleaning bits and pieces up, I guess, is the best way to put it. Took the clubman for a drive, do our central shop. That's always fun. Not the budget clubman, the other one. Um, yeah, other than that, work, I guess. Still got to work.
yeah, it's been a very busy week for me. I've gone back to doing my job properly now, and it's been busier than ever, which I guess is a good thing. But it's taken my time away from what I really want to do. So that's life, isn't it? Really. So
Evening, Graham. Nice to see you. I'm a bit concerned that you've been roasting your mate, but yeah. It's nice to see you all again. I think Ross Bucket managed to get his engine out, I've seen on Instagram, so that's cool. Definitely progress is always good. So I'm actually wearing my London Brighton shirt because I'm missing shows. I'm getting bored of building cars now. I want to drive them. Evening Classic Mini Garage. Oh, it's nice to see some regulars coming back. It's really nice. So I believe Sam's been painting his doors. So painting is never fun at the best of times. So I've obviously seen some pictures of them, so that's really cool. You get cracking on well with that. Rusty Auto City rust cleaning still. Yeah, so we've not actually found a Austin Maxi either yet.
oh,
So
don't.
we can't give you a Maxi update, Graham, unfortunately. But
There was one on eBay. It was a bit more of a project, but it still went for quite a lot of money. I was surprised.
they're going for strong money
They
now.
are, yeah. It's they're getting a bit more desirable.
Hmm.
Although I was speaking to someone earlier on the weekend. They're like, "Oh, you into classic cars?" And they're like, "What sort of cars other than minis you like?" I was like, "Austin Maxi." And they're like, "Is it really a classic?" I was like, "Yeah."
Uh, Andy can't stay long. He's just catching up on my videos. Loving the colour. I'm glad you like the colour, mate. It's yeah. I can't really take the full credit for it, but we've narrowed it down to 3 colours, and my missus picked that one. But I can't knock her for it really. She's nailed the colour. It is really nice. So yeah, hopefully in the near future you guys will see a painted car. So looking forward to that. Getting a bit giddy cleaning up parts, I guess, but
Oh, Source. Graham saw a Maxi, and it wasn't for sale. Maybe people realise that they're rare and people want to keep them.
I've not been to a mini event yet, unfortunately, or cancelled this year. Yeah, Rust Bucket, not the best. London Brighton's obviously in October. I think there's a few shows scheduled. If you all catch up on follow the news, it's looking like we're pulling out of the. We're coming out of the lockdown. People seem to be getting better, but then I watched the news today and it's gone backwards. People are getting ill again, and all the numbers are gone, figures gone back up, which is what we all feared of a second wave. It's happened in other places in Europe. Let's hope it doesn't happen. Personal circumstances for myself, I can't afford for it to happen. So it needs to just. I don't want to swear, but it needs to get its beep together, um, and just get. We all need to just, as a country, get together and sort this out because, yeah, having respect for each other and just getting out of this as a country is the best thing to do. But unfortunately, we're not all nice people. So thank you, Andy. Take care. I hope work's not too bad.
Drink from his
Good evening, Flat Cap Garage.
latest homebrew. Oh,
I've got my brew. It's not alcoholic in any way, unfortunately.
it was a
The missus has just gone shopping.
funny that Laura's also going shopping in a second, so they know what to do.
Yeah. So yeah, a bit of an update on the Budget Clubman. Guess you guys are tuning in. I think you should give you a bit of a sneak peek. So I've been fitting the fuel line to the underside of it because anyone that's seen the painted video of it on the underside, yeah, I've fitted a new fuel line to it. A brake line's on its way. Battery cable, I'm actually going to salvage because it's absolutely perfect. That came with the car. I've just got to put a new end for it that goes in the boot. Yeah, it's a case of trying to get the car rolling really now. Collecting bits and bobs. I'd have absolutely everything if it wasn't for the previous owner, so not the guy I bought it off my mate or the guy before that. He went at everything with an angle grinder, and yeah, the bottom arms are destroyed, tie bars are destroyed, and it's a pain in the ass because they're bits that you didn't expect to spend money on. But yeah, I guess it's all a learning curve and more satin black paint and hammerite and
Oh,
yeah, we're getting there.
love a bit of hammer, right?
Yeah. The Cooper, where are we up to with the Cooper? We're removing some stickers off it, and it's just getting ready for the big clean, really. I've not really done it because the case of we need to move the car, and it's pointless cleaning it for it to get dusty again. So the Cooper's pretty much finished. Some people have asked to see a wax oiling video. I'm going to do that and the Budget Clubman at the same time. So I'll be getting the wax oil out. I'm waiting for a good day so I can just lay the tub of wax oil in the sun and let it sort of thin out a little bit, and it's easier to spray through the gun. And yeah, Graham's nailed it. Laura's on a beer run.
Yeah. Although I actually do have plenty of beer, I'm just
Sorry about that. Impromptu. Had to leave the live chat then. Just had to let the dog out. So, normal days life. Yeah, Sam. I noticed Sam just said about wax oil. Then he likes a good wax oil in sesh. So I believe he's just done with his cars. So yeah. So I've also done a social distancing visit. That's where I allowed out certain distances, and chatted from the car across the car park to a guy that I bought some seats off for the Clubman. So I'm really happy about that. Yeah, I've actually had them earmarked for about 8 months, but then COVID-19's happened and we couldn't see each other, and we both wanted to wait till it's safer, so we kept in contact. But he's a really, really nice bloke, and yeah, I can't thank him enough for it. And I've got a sneak peek of the collection of his cars, which, oh, just leave me there. He's got some beautiful cars, honestly, some absolutely stunning cars. So yeah, obviously if he's watching this, I know he does watch the videos and he follows the Instagram and Facebook page as well. So yeah, I'm really quite happy. How would you guys take horrible oversills? I've got an angle grinder out now. I'm just digging.
yeah, you got
oversills.
you got to take them off Eve as well. So
yeah, best way to tackle it, to be honest, if you've seen the Cooper, just slice down the side, bend the seal out, and normally overseals aren't very well welded on, and you can normally snap them off. With the sidewalk and the 89, so the 89 we cut basically out where the subframe mounted to see how bad it was, because we pretty much knew we had to do a full floor on it, so we sort of took that in sections. But my best thing would be cut it down, slice it down the side of the car, and then slot down like you would take a normal seal off, and then see what's inside. If someone's actually done it properly, there won't be any horrors inside, or not so many. But I had the original Kingfisher blue seals inside the sidewalk, and we are hoping that Evie's not the same, aren't we, James? So we're hoping that that's been done properly. And, or I say properly, I don't agree with overseals, that's a personal preference, but yeah, if it's done properly, we wouldn't have them. But
after seeing Eve this week and having a bit more of a better vantage point,
she does look rough, doesn't she?
considering she's currently sitting about a couple of meters, well, not quite a couple of meters, we're about 1.5 meters higher than she normally sits. You get to notice things underneath.
The horrors.
And you might ask why she's sitting 1.5 meters above what she normally does, but
Yeah.
we're still holding out
I
on.
wonder if you guys can guess, actually.
Yeah,
Can you guys guess why Eve is sat over a meter off the ground right now? And yeah, we'll let you work that one out. There could be some really simple answers to this, or there could be someone that nails it.
yeah.
Um, what else? I'm going to start welding soon. What argon mix? I use an argon CO2 mix. Company called Hobby Weld, Rust Bucket. If you go on there, you can get a bottle on a surcharge basically, and you just keep going back and swapping the bottles. That's worked out awesomely during COVID-19 because my supplier, leave it by the door, pay on the phone, hit the bottle, and walk away. It's been really good for that. So yeah, I'd fully recommend Hobby Weld across the UK. Loads of different reps and stuff, so it's really good.
What percent is the mix? Is it 80-20 or is it something? Am I just making that up? Um,
No, I think you're quite right. That I think it's 70-30 or 80-20. I'm not sure. It does. I don't. It doesn't actually say in a bottle, but I think it varies on companies. But I think you're pretty much right with those ballpark figures. All lives matter. Let me just go around. The seats are going along with the style. Yeah. So Graham, the car's a 1980 car, as you've all sort of know. The seats are actually, so the rear seats. I'm actually sat in my front room now. The rear seats are a genuine set of rear Clubman seats. So the chocolate block style, exactly the same as what's in the estate, and the front seats match that, but with a twist, and it's a retro period twist. So I will tell you all, guys, because you're loyal and you're tuning in. They're basically a set of recliners, but they're a 70s style version of that seat. So I'm really excited to fit them. So the front seats have been retrimmed. It's a pretty good standard, to be fair. And yeah, like I say, this chap's kept hold of them for me for all this time because he knew that I was doing not a period correct car, but I wanted to make the 80 car look older than what it technically is. So yes, they're a 70s seat basically. They're at a early to mid 70s seat. Bert's Retro Rides. Right, Bert's Retro Rides. If you haven't seen his channel, go and check it out. He's got an awesome Clubman estate, and I'm a big fan of the Clubman estates with the wood down the side. So please go check his channel out. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. We need to get together. I think we're quite local to each other as well. We need to get our estates together. It would be awesome to get a good old photo shoot, maybe a video in together.
my overseals are held on with filler. Now that's a bad sight to see, isn't it? If not only to have overseals on, but to also have filler is, yeah, that would be interesting.
Oh dear. Yeah. Land Rover chassis swap. No, the Mini's not had a Land Rover chassis swap. It's not. That's not nice.
Would make it probably a meter off the ground though, wouldn't it?
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you could say it's had a chassis swap at the moment.
Yeah,
It's sat differently.
it is sat differently, but then I suppose it's she's not, her own wheels are not on the floor, so
No.
we'll have to.
I think the silver one was. Yeah, it is a case of being really careful cutting the seals off. Flat cut goes just right. You just take your time. For me, if you can see where they've clearly welded it, so my sidewalk violet, it was a dirty big weld all the way along the bottom of the car, and it actually distorted the floors, so you could clearly see where they'd welded them on. It's just covered in overseal, so it was quite easy for me to do that. I literally cut it and folded it, and it snapped off. But please bear in mind when you've got overseals on cars, you're probably going to have to do floor repairs as well because that's the whole problem with them is they tend to take the floor and the seal and everything together, and the seat box section and God knows what else.
Just trap it all, don't they? And then, well, or
Yeah, it sort of starts from the outside and works its way in. It's awful. They're grim things.
be keen for wax
We
or
can.
vid. Keep up the good work, guys. Just want to say hi. I can't say as it's the only time I get to work on my mini. Well, yeah, to be fair,
Hey, yeah, we can't knock you for that.
yeah, exactly. I think you spend your time working on your mini if you can. We don't want to keep you from
Yeah,
it.
definitely. Yeah, we really appreciate you tuning in and glad you like the videos. We're definitely going to do a Waxor video. It won't obviously be anything, it'll be in depth of what we would do, but it is quite a simple task. But we'll show you where we wax oil basically. So for me, I'll just quickly go for it now. Seals, all the cavities, under the subframes, in the arches, round all the basically seams. And I do actually do the doors as well. So it's always good to do the doors. Yes, but we definitely, Bert's Retro Eyes, we need to get our cars together, I agree.
We all need to get our cars together. This is
Yeah, I think we all do. We need a show.
We need shows.
Me
We
and
need to
James have had
meet
so much planned.
We need to meet everyone. This is the this is the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So we've sort of run around this idea a few times during these live streams. If me and James were to pick somewhere in the UK to have like a meet and greet, if we can get hold of some land just for a day or a weekend, would okay, we've got a small number of you guys in comparison of a big car show on here, but if we could do that, would you all be interested in a big meet and greet, a show, maybe a drive out? Because that is something I've sort of planned for next year, and I think with James having the Cooper back on the road as well, that needs a good blast. And you guys always said you want to see it go through its paces and have a proper look at it. So I think it'd be really good, especially have a good blowout next year because we can't do any shows this year. I think it'd be good. So I think we're going to look into doing that, but we need to find out where in the UK we're going to do it. So I think that's the biggest thing. So I don't think the previous owner had a welder, so he. Oh my God, Ross! I actually really want to see this car in the flesh. I know you've got some Instagram pictures of it, and it's a big chunks of filler, but poor car. I'm glad you're onto it, and you're going to sort it out. That's all I'm going to say. That gave me a random idea. Maxi on, I make a Maxi on a Land Rover chassis. That would be really cool.
and then go green laning, yeah. To be fair, I think a Maxi. Oh no, do you know they only have 13-inch wheels. They were quite. You could probably
The later ones are bigger.
pump the hydroelastic suspension up. You might get a good, a couple of inches ground clearance, and you might be
Yeah.
you might be able to take it green laning.
Yeah. I'd turn up to a meet. Yeah, see, a few people have said this when we suggested it, and it's one of the goals. Like, me and James have worked through some of the things we want to do for the channel, and personally stuff we want to do, but we're going to bring it to the channel. So that includes cars we want to own. So we've got starting to make a little mental list of cars we want to own. Me and James also need to get together, and we need to work out how this is going to go. But we're actually just communicating the same way we're doing it now with you guys at the moment, because obviously we can't get together. But yeah, there's shows and events we want to hit. We're quite tempted to do our own little meet and greet because I think that'd be really cool. And if we can do it sometime when everyone can get together, that'd be really good. And then obviously we want to bring loads of cars to you. So I know you guys love your minis, but we love our minis, obviously, passionate about them. But we want to bring other cars to the channel. James has got a keen interest in like Alphas as well. We've got obviously Maxis. I've got Land Rovers in my family, and we sort of want to, bring other cars to the channel. So that's the whole point of the channel, really. That's why it's not aimed just at minis, but we started with the minis and we're continuing to do the minis, but we want to bring more to you.
Oh, can't wait.
I'm sure Bert will get you there. It's fine.
Depends where mine is probably, yeah. Oh yeah, a convoy around the coast of the UK, picking up people as we go. We said about, I think that's what happened before we were chatting. It was all about doing the convoy and joining up.
So I think that's a neat idea because we could do some really nice scenic route drives and and open it not just to minis. I mean to other people. You know, if me and James started somewhere in the UK, or actually because we both live in different places in the UK, me and James could sort of bring people along. We'll meet in a middle ground place.
Meet.
So James could convoy up from the south, and I could convoy from the north, and that'd be quite good. That's quite a way of doing it and getting everyone involved, actually. So
meet everyone along the way, and we could have like a central meeting point, so it's not too bad of a drive for everything. The way things are going, my car won't be ready next year. Too busy building engines for everyone else. I'm going to get myself.
That's always.
Graham's going to beat us to a Maxi. He'll get a Maxi before us.
I think Graham's going to rock up to this meeting in a Maxi, and then he's going to go, James, you know what? You can have it for $5,000.
Yeah.
The convoy idea is brilliant. We like the sound of that. Yes, Michael, I definitely think that's the way to go. I think actually just voicing it out there, two people coming up from different parts of the country, collecting people as we go, little checkpoints along the way for both of us, end in a middle ground somewhere. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, Northamptonshire is sort of where I had in my head actually, Will. It's sort of like that's the middle ground for both of us, so that could work quite well. And it's quite a lot of grounds and areas, and we'll get onto that. That's actually something I think we should work on. And obviously, not just minis, guys. if it's your daily and you've not got your mini on the road, just come along, see the cars, join the run. I'll make some stickers up. We'll get some stickers going. It'll be, yeah. Even if we just get like 20 or 30 of us, it'll be a good chin wag. Have a bit of a laugh.
M62.
Graham's all over this. He's going to bring this maxi.
What's the M62?
The M62, the variable 50 speed limit, you mean? That's perfect for the minis. Yeah, we're going to work on that. It's been an idea floating around, but I think we need to make this happen. We need to make up for this year, definitely.
Oh yeah, there's so much to make up for this year.
Yeah.
Well, when we're allowed.
So we've got Paul's building everyone's engines, and I'm welding everyone's cars. So MJ is nearly done and ready to go, but we are replacing it with another car coming to the channel very soon, guys. It actually scares me, this guy coming to the channel. I'm not gonna lie. It makes MJ look like really solid in comparison. Yeah. I'll let you guys enjoy this one. I'm gonna have to get through the worst of it and then enjoy it, I think. '50's not too fast. We'll be fine. Although my estate is quite happy at 55, 50. When we went to IMM last year, my other half drove the estate, and I was doing 70, and she came past me, and I'm like, no, it's just had a new head fitted. But yeah, to be fair, that thing bats along for a 998. It's really, really good. So it burns and leaks a lot of oil, but hey ho, it's a classic mini. Oh, Michael's going to be on 10s with Migler Arches. I like the sound of that. So if you remember the Midas build, Sam and Tony's actually got a few new mods to his car. He's got an orange mini, so you might like the look of the Migler Arches on that one as well. Oh, Graham's getting very political now.
Sad news, guys. There's no Austin Maxis on eBay at the moment.
Oh dear, you got James thinking again.
Yeah.
Is it one of your cars, Will? No, it's not. It's actually the owner of this car is the person I bought the budget clubman off, and the person I bought my estate off, and my my van. So yeah, he's a really good friend of ours. You might actually see him on the channel at some point. He's agreed to sort of work alongside us with the channel. He's a big help for me and James. He's a really, really nice bloke, but it's time to get through some of his cars, so we've agreed to start working through some of the jobs for him. He has an awesome collection of cars.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
Not just minis, he's got some really old Vauxhalls and stuff, and he's got some really cool cars. He's a really nice bloke, and I'm hoping to bring as many cars of his to the channel as well.
Oh, there's some great cars that he's got that I think we're going to get some great videos with.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of his mini with the Vauxhall engine. I've forgotten what it was.
2-litre red top.
Yeah, 2-litre red top. There you go.
Yeah. That needs to come to the channel, I think. The fact that he told me, he goes, it drives really well, but it wheel spins through into third gear, and I'm like, this sounds fun. So I need to have a go in this. Our stall at 50. What is Chris on about? 50 must feel about 100 miles an hour in a mini. It does feel quite quick. I mean, 30. I remember doing driving lessons in a mini, and I was obviously doing the speed limit 30, 40 around towns and stuff, and yeah, I got shouted at by my mum quite a lot. And I was like, I'm doing the speed limit. It just feels faster because you're lower down.
Yeah, so when you actually do 100 in a mini, it feels completely different. You're worried that the car's going to fall apart. Not that many minis can actually get up to 100, but.
Does he have a Corsa B? He doesn't actually have a Corsa, but he's got what the Corsa derived from, really. So he's got a Nova. He's actually, I think, might have one or two of them. They're cool. So yeah, we've got some cars coming to the channel, and you guys obviously tune in to our lives and stuff. We want to let you know about it because we feel like you're the loyal people to the channel, and run the ideas with you guys. Because at the end of the day, if me and James enjoy doing it, and we want to bring it to the channel, you've got to enjoy watching it. So yeah, if there's anything you do want to see, just fire away. We're making lists, and obviously we can't buy Aston Martins, we can't buy Jaguar E-types. We, one day maybe, but we can't go for the exotics. But stuff that's affordable, we're going to try and bring to you guys.
One day, maybe.
Yeah. 50 miles an hour is a miracle on a metro. It shakes.
Shakes your fillings out.
Yeah. Well, I've not driven the budget clubbing yet. You never know what that's going to be like. That's going to be to date my fastest Mini I own in my fleet. So that's going to be interesting.
Speed's multiplied even more in
A DeLorean. Come on,
yes.
Michael. I'd love to do a DeLorean too. But
DeLorean would be brilliant. But I think
yeah, I'd love a DeLorean.
trouble is, I think there's just they're getting rare now. They're like, if you want a good example, one that doesn't need too much work.
Yeah.
Parts are getting harder to come by as well.
Yeah. There's quite a few American shows where there's actually a guy that stocks all the DMC stuff, isn't there?
Yeah,
Like they still hold the original
like
stuff.
in America, I think you'll be
That's running
fine.
out, isn't it?
And there is a company in America that still remanufacture a lot of parts for the DeLoreans, but they got the whole Back to the Future movie following.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
I've actually recently watched all those films again, and it's one of the best parts of the films is the cars in that film. Um,
Yeah.
you don't see them anymore. Well, and it's just yeah, iconic for them.
But saying that, we might not be able to rebuild or play with a DeLorean, but if we can find an owner that's got a DeLorean,
Exactly,
we
yeah.
could bring it to the channel. So yeah, never say never. So Michael, we'll work on that one. It is a car, to be fair, that I'm. I never really saw Back to the Future as a kid. Yes, shoot me now. It's quite a recent thing for me, but I actually have always liked the car. I like the fact it's stainless steel. I like the fact there's so many cool things about it that, yeah, I mean, there's practicality and reliability things about it as well. But hey, we like classic cars to deal with that. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting one on the channel. E-Type's overrated. I have actually sat in an E-Type, and I don't think I can actually drive it. To be quite honest, the steering wheel's like in places you don't want a steering wheel.
If the only reason I would want to drive a DeLorean is to get it to 88 miles an hour and see what happens.
Yeah.
I
Golf GTI. Yeah,
once I've got
I
it
think
there, I wouldn't want it anymore.
where you're going, you don't need roads, do
Yeah,
you?
no.
Golf GTI, what are we thinking? Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 4, Mark 3? Mark 2s to 4s are quite attainable at the moment. We
Yeah.
could probably get one of them on the channel. It's a car, again, I've actually really liked the Mark 2 over the Mark 1. I'm a bit different in that
I
way.
prefer the Mark II.
But yeah, I think it's a bit more of a chunkier look to it. It's a car, to be fair, that I've always said I wouldn't mind owning, but I don't necessarily know if I want to keep it. So it might be a car we could get on the channel as maybe a bit of a fixer-upper. Me and James could collaborate on that. Tick another box.
I mean, one of the sort of ones we want to buy, restore, have fun, and move on. I think that would definitely be one of
Yeah.
fits into
So
that.
yeah, I think we could do a Golf GTI for sure. Would you ever restore a motorcycle? Personally, no. I quite like the old Lambrettas and Vespas and stuff like that, but I don't know if I'd do a motorcycle. But again, I guess I'm not the biggest fan of motorcycles, is the thing to put it. But I can appreciate quite simple mechanicals on a motorcycle, and maybe we'll see.
I always
Never say
thought
never.
about doing an old
Yeah,
bike, but obviously it's the whole
being able to ride it
being
on
able
the
to
roads
ride it
and
and going on the licenses and stuff. If we really wanted to get into it,
yeah,
and I think money's just better spent
we have.
elsewhere.
Yeah. If I win the lottery, I'll let you borrow mine. Thank you, Michael. I'll hold you to that one. It was so crap that it was cool. Mark 2, yeah, Will's thinking the same to us. Mark 2 Golf, we'll add that to the list because I've come very close to buying a few Mark 2 Golfs over the years. Not GTIs, but like the drivers and stuff like that. Because I actually think one car I've always been on my list I wouldn't mind getting is a diesel Golf driver, because they're actually quite rare and they go forever. So yeah, we'll add that to the list, guys.
Anything with an engine. What Graham said with the Scirocco there, my friend had a late 80s Scirocco. Didn't have it for long.
Yeah.
It was roadworthy, but it It was quite fun actually. It went. It's
Mm.
got.
They're nice cars. I
Mm,
like the old boxy shapes. I like the old 70s, 80s sort of boxy shapes of the
mm.
old cars. So,
Yeah, if you like your straight lines, it's the sort of car you'd have, wouldn't
mm.
you? No round or curves at all there.
Yeah. I'm saying nothing. I like Clubman. So,
Yeah. Marked.
yeah. So an 88 Scirocco. So, what sort of work does it need to get on the road? Is it rust wise? Because I know they suffer like the Golfs with rust. So they are a shame that they do that. But I'd personally drive an old Volkswagen diesel daily, and that's not particularly old in the grand scheme of things. In fact, it's one of the newest cars I've ever owned, and that's rusty. So Volkswagens do suffer. A Mini Moke, yes, yes. One day, I'm actually trying to word up a few people that own Mokes to see if I could maybe get one on the channel for you guys. I don't think right now we can afford to buy one because the prices of those are really on the up. Uh, but I've actually had the privilege to drive one. There's a few minis that I've driven that I've really enjoyed. The Moke I've really enjoyed, and I've enjoyed driving an ERA Turbo as well. That was a really fun car. But the Moke, being outside with the A series engine and stuff like that, no doors, seatbelt hanging onto the steering wheel. Oh, they're really, really fun cars. So I'll try and get one to the channel for sure.
If I had a Mocha, I definitely wanna. I would want to put like some big heavy duty all terrain tyres on it and just raise it up. It'd be like a
Yeah,
little mini.
auto test car.
Yeah, you could throw it around grass and sand or whatever you put to it, and it's just like you don't care if it gets stuck or you literally doesn't nothing's gonna
Yeah,
happen. You can just clean it off and go again. But
yeah.
it obviously never worked out for them in the
Uh,
army, though, did it? So
no, they were a bit rubbish being front wheel drive and quite low to the ground, weren't they?
mm,
I think the Portuguese and the Californian Mokes nailed it with the 13-inch wheels, a bit higher up, big bars. They did a bit better on the sand and the seas, the beaches and stuff like that. But
yeah,
personally, I really like the earlier, army green 10-inch wheeled. I'd love one of them. In fact, there's a guy on Instagram that's got one. I think his name's Andy. He's quite big on the mini scene. Really nice bloke. He helped organise the IMM last year. Um, he's got a beautiful collection of cars. Yeah, really nice collection of cars. But he actually has a Moke with a similar set of split rims to my sidewalk, and it's so nice. Every time he posts a picture of it, it's beautiful. Will, my daily is a VW Passat, so 1.9 TDI. It's a cranked so 200k, and I've nearly owned it a year actually. And yeah, 3 months away from a year. That's a long time for me to own a car, and I can't fault it. It's a daily beater, really. I don't particularly aesthetically care about it in that way. It just gets serviced and driven hard. So it's a bit of a motorway cruncher.
wow. I'm just having a look for Mokes, and there
Very pricey.
there's a company called Moke America, and they're making electric mini
The
Mokes.
shells.
Yeah,
All right.
they're
Oh, we're
electric.
not getting an electric chat again, are we?
Oh wow, look what they've done here. Oh damn. I might have to show you some pictures of
Um,
this. This is something.
what wheel width do you recommend when running 10-inch wheels? I'm thinking 6 personally, but wondering if there's any benefits in running 5s. Flat Cat Garage, personally, it depends what you want, really, look-wise. Obviously, the wider the tyre, the more tyre on the road. You can argue the better grip. Best all-round 10-inch wheel I've ever driven on is something like the best 10-inch wheel I've driven on are Timber 6 KN Mercuries. Very lightweight wheel, very nice looking wheel. My Orange Estate used to have them on, and they're actually going on the 89 build now. We've still got them. Timber 5 drive really well, I think, if you're to pick an all-rounder, but Timber 6, most mine are that, and they're really, really nice. Hold the road well, get a nice set of tyres on them, sticky, yoky tyres. Yeah, I think if you like the wide look, go 6s. If you like the slim look, go 4.5s from 5s maybe. But I guess it depends what arches you're running, what you want look your car to be really.
So I just
Audio Scorpio sound for the Reds.
so yeah, I've just put a picture of that Moke America coming up on the screen, and
Hmm.
it's a transparent background, so it's just sitting on top of a violet at the moment. But yeah, they completely
Look at that.
they've definitely put bigger wheels on. I can tell you that. It doesn't really say too much on this photo, but I never heard
Yeah,
of
what
this.
wheels are they? 14-inch wheels.
Moke America. You can customize it, and there is literally they've got. Oh, they do. Apparently, they do a petrol version as well. Only for sale outside of America. All right.
That's
Um,
interesting.
yeah, they do a petrol engine, GMC 90M, 1 litre straight four, 5 gear manual, 110 kilometers top speed.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah,
1967 Moke, yeah, that's sort of the year I'd like. £25,000 is not what I like. Yeah. Don't worry, we won't talk about Metros, Will. We don't need to go in the Metro talk again, do we?
for this electric motor, they've got a cargo bed, a van box. They're literally going all that. Wow, they've put a lot of time and effort into this. But I don't know how they're manufacturing that under the Moke name, but something to watch
Yeah.
out for. But only in America, so.
No, Sam, I don't love a good 13-inch wheel. So sorry to you guys that run 13s. I haven't got an issue. Obviously, people running them, it's not. But personal driving preference. If you've driven a Mini on 10s, yeah, they hold so much. They just feel so much nicer to drive on. I find 13-inch tramline a lot. I think they're a bit harsher because you obviously got a low-profile tyre, but I also appreciate they can look really cool on cars. And quite a lot of the cars I actually really like along the show scene are actually running 13s. So yeah, I guess I'm not a hater, but I definitely prefer a 10-inch wheel or a 12-inch wheel in that respect. Rusty Auto City, where are you with the 89 build? Um, the 89 build has been uncovered. It's been moved to the middle of the garage, and it's an axle stands now. We actually nearly bought a back panel for it the other day in a balance. There's a guy selling, again, going back to Budget Clubman, look out for your panels everywhere. People abandon projects every day. We nearly got hold of a back panel, and I was like 2 minutes too late on the chat to get to it, but it's a case. I'm actually getting married this year, so that was meant to be our wedding card, but COVID-19's put a big pay to us getting that wedding card done. We've obviously got to finance the wedding instead of the car, unfortunately. So poor little Violet's going to be our only wedding car at the moment, unless the Budget Clubman gets done. You never know. Yeah, so it's not really moved on, guys. Unfortunately, I have bought some panels for it, and I'm actually going to do a bit of a recap video on it very soon. My other half is itching to have it back, and to be honest, I want it out the middle of my garage. It's doing my nut now, so it needs to be done. And we've got really big plans for it. We've got so many cool parts boxed away for it. We're getting there with it, I guess. Drove a Scamp with 12.5, no seatbelt. Scary but fun. Yeah, Sam, that's what I mean. It's the same sort of vibe, the Scamp and the Moke. They're really cool. Balm is a balm, not a roll. No, it's a roll, Tony. It's a bread roll. Will Dream Mini. Oh, as I mentioned in our giveaway, the last giveaway we did. And guys, if you haven't done our giveaway now, go and check that out because you need to comment on that video to do it. We're getting very, very close to the 2K now.
Yeah, not far to go.
Can't thank you guys enough for that. Dream Mini. I actually own my Dream Mini. I've always wanted a minivan in quite a period retro colour, and I've actually got one. So I think I actually own my Dream obtainable Mini. But if I was to have another one, I really want a 1300 Innocenti Cooper X Sport. That's my bucket list car. I'd love one of them, or a Mark III Cooper S. Yeah, I guess Dream Minis, I guess of them, but they're both 20, 30k cars now, which is it's unfortunate.
I think I spoke about this before. I think for me, it's always going to be probably a club and estate. That's a.
Yeah, you've always wanted an estate, haven't
I've
you?
always wanted a club and estate. I like the idea of the practicality of having the extra space in the back, and I love putting
Yeah.
everything in the back. So
I wish you bought my old white one. I really wish you did.
yeah, I should have bought Leroy, shouldn't I?
He's a really good shell. It's a really good car.
I was briefly insured on that car for a point as well.
You
It wasn't driving though,
yes,
but
and you hot wired it.
yeah, it's. But I think yeah, club and estate. But I would want modern running gear. I would want to put like injection with
It's,
aircon.
yeah.
That
What you want is a Rotter, an SPI or MPI Mini, and swap it all into that.
yeah.
So you get the nice seats, nice dash, nice running gear, better diff. Just swap it all over.
We did actually know someone who did put an MPI lump in his club and estate, didn't we? So I'm
Yeah,
not sure what
yeah.
happened with that car. I might have to ask him. I think he
Yeah, I think he's still got it.
has he still got
Last time
it?
I spoke to
Oh,
him,
okay.
he's still got it. Yeah, Tony jumped up when we started talking about 13s. Oh god. Don't mention 89 build. It's good. No, she's actually not. She's gone shopping, Graham. It's okay. No, to be fair, yeah, I wish I could disclose what's actually happening with the cars right now and what me and James have got planned.
There's so much that we haven't.
The videos are a little bit behind. I'm just going to lay that out there. We're doing 3 to 4 a week, and there's quite a few in stock. But yeah, the cars are changed quite a bit. Not actually changing the cars as such, but they've moved on quite a lot. And we've got another project for the channel, which is going to be a usable project as well. So there's loads we want to disclose, but COVID-19 is really shooting us in the foot. So we might have to do, James, a bit of a virtual me maybe being in the corner of the video while you do a walk around of our new project, because I'm itching to show everyone now.
Yeah, so. we'll see what happens. But we need to move cars around as well. So
yeah.
well,
If anyone wants a tow board, I've got a heritage one to sell, bought or not needed. So yeah, check that out. Anyone, if you need it. I don't personally need one, thanks. But yeah, more than welcome if you want to advertise it anyway. If you want to send me the details, I don't mind putting it on the Instagram page or whatever. Are you looking at a Rusty 1960 Mini for 3,002? Not sure if it's a scam. That sounds very cheap, Rusty Bucket. Very, very cheap. Have you guys seen it, guys? Mark has half of his dream. Yeah, I'm quite content with what I've got now, I will admit. But after going to see this chap where I've bought the seats for the Clubman today, he's gone in the direction I really want to go in. So yeah, you can have what you want. You've just got to work hard for it, guys. And if you're prepared to do the work, you can do them. And he's a massive example of that, the guy I met today. So yeah, my other half always says you've got 4, that's enough, and between us I go at 5, but it's not enough. There's still more I want to buy, not just minis, but I just need somewhere to put them now. So
that's next year's plan.
I'm gonna build an empire. Yeah.
Guy I met had a clubby estate, made it a 4x4 with Honda CRV running gear. Well, that
Bloody hell.
that sounds practical. That sounds like it would run really smooth and just I don't know. You're never gonna have any issues with that Honda engine. So
I think Tony's itching for another video of us in. Yeah, we all need a big collaboration. It'd be quite cool maybe when COVID-19, so we get James up as well. We do a proper collaboration. Maybe get a load of the cars together and do a drive to Chippy Run or something. That'd be quite fun. Okay. But yeah, the Midas was a good laugh. Talking of prepping cars, we go on holiday. I mean, I don't think COVID-19 is any excuse, guys. I'm prepping a car currently, and you've not come help me. We can social distance. There's a good 2 meters between us.
I didn't realise that it was only giving me the top messages. Now I see all the messages.
Yeah, Graham's got a hankering for a Clubman estate. You both got dream Clubmans.
Mm.
Yeah, that Honda CRV Mini sounds mental, doesn't it? Clubman estate with a Pathfinder running gear. That's like Tony's dream. There you go. Who was it? Michael. Mini Driven Car Club. Will might be interested in your tow board. So there you go. You might have just sold it during our live stream. Look at that.
Do we get commission?
Yeah, can we have 10% commission from that? I'm only joking. That's the whole point of the whole channel, guys. The community. Share away, do your thing, and let's help each other out. Get these cars on the road. Yeah, chip barn run sounds good. Yeah, or chip roll run. That doesn't really sound as good, does it? I had a battered sausage today.
Oh.
I had a battered sausage, curry and chips, and it was awesome.
I completely forgot about the fish and chip van on a Saturday here. They do a good battered sausage as well, so.
Battered sausage is the way to go. For me, I can't eat fish and chips unless I'm on the beach. So I don't know. I always wonder where it's come from. I know it's come from the sea, but where you're eating it actually by the seaside, you sort of at least you know that it's come locally, I guess. And it doesn't feel the same. Fish and chips has to be on the beach.
Savoy, yeah.
Savoy? Oh dear. What I can do, guys, for you is a little sneak peek. I'll hold my phone up. I'll show you the seats. I don't think James has seen these either yet.
No, no. There you go.
So I don't know. How do I do this? I've got to
Point
hold it up
point at the
somehow.
camera.
Give us, give us a sec. Give us a sec. Give us a sec. Right. So can you all see which way do I need to go? There you go. Look, there's some seats.
Oh wow.
Look at those. So yeah, they're a period option recliner with a Clubman rear seat. So really happy with those.
They look really
They're
good.
awesome.
That guy looks so good in
Um,
amber.
yeah, so I'm really happy with them. So in the photos, they're actually different colours. One set's navy and the other set's sort of dark, really well black, being retrimmed in new leather or vinyl. They stink. My living room stinks of leather, but I don't think it is leather. I think it might be pleather. But yeah, we're going to dye the other one to match. Black door cards. So it's all going to be bronze yellow, black door cards, black carpets. Really low key. I like quite subtle cars. Like with James's Mini Eve, all nice white, crisp, some nice wheels. Like you'll read Revolution wheels after. I just think a Mini sort of plain colours. I quite like that look about it. Like Violet's all one colour with just a nice set of wheels. And I know people go it's boring, but I like the little subtle details in a car instead of loud, larry colours. But it's what we're all into, isn't it? So you'll probably notice all my cars are quite boring, apart from the Estate, which is rusty. Quite a different shade.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos that they haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I know.
There's going to be some great amber videos coming up. So
Yeah, James is obviously he obviously knows what's going on.
did they find out this week
But
what
yeah,
happens? Is it this week?
no,
No.
no.
I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Haggis, Graham. Yes, love a bit of haggis. Yes. Warning, Mark. I have 8 cars. 6 are minis, but no longer married. Oh, okay. Not sure what to say to that. I'm sorry if the minis caused that issue. I think I'm quite lucky in the sense that I met my wife to be in a mini car club. So she had a mini. We both met with the minis, and she's sort of behind the scenes helping me with the clubman. And yeah, I think I got quite a good one there in that sense that she does understand it and she knows where I want to go with things. And to be honest, I think if she could have more cars, she would own more. So she's got a bit of a hankering for a Renault 4, which is a very random car for us to look at, but she quite likes the old Renault 4s. She's got relatives that live in France and stuff like that, so we might actually do a bit of a road trip and go and get one. It's got to be on French plates and bring it back, maybe. I don't know.
Ooh.
Loads to think about and loads to do, but yeah,
We
I quite like the Renault 4. I think they're quite cool. The little States and vans, they are quite neat little cars.
we getting a soft spot for French vehicles, Mark.
No, no, definitely not. There's not many I'd even want to drive, let alone. But yeah, like everyone loves the Renault 5 GT Turbo or whatever it is, and no, it's not for me. It's quite an ugly looking car to me, um, but I guess it's personal again, isn't it? It's what I want into. Glad you like the seats, guys. Yeah, so I might bring them in a coming episode, but like James just said, there's quite a big surprise for you guys coming up, and it's not even for this week; it's next week. So it might fall quite well on the next live stream, hopefully. But yeah, Ost 1100 style aren't they like that? No, they're not actually. They're actually a Newton commercial seat that's been retrimmed. They are quite cool. I quite like them. Quite proud of them. Underneath of them is brand new. It's got new diaphragms. Um, the Clubman Estate were sat on an old plastic road sign to hold the seat up on the driver's seat. And if you've seen the video, Alex Toons actually helped us out. We've got his old seats out of his van. So yeah. Yeah, so that's the idea, the bronze yellow in those seats. And I'd like to say it was all my idea, but like I said, my other half's always thought, yeah, bronze yellow car, black seats, and
The black on the bronze yellow is going to look so good.
yeah.
That is,
So
I'm
I'm hoping it's
I'm just picturing it now, and I'm just like, I can't wait to see it in person. So
yeah. So it's changing rapidly. It's taken a big leap forward. So hopefully you guys will see that soon. We're a bit of a long way off, I guess, putting interior in, but at least I've got them now, and I'm quite excited to fit them. Like I say, they've been earmarked for me for a long while now, but the chap that had them, he's been really good and held on to them for us. Renault 4s are cool little cars, strange little gear lever. Yeah, they are weird, aren't they? They're quite. There's loads just dumped everywhere in France. Like, yeah, there's. I think it's harder to dispose of cars in Europe, and they seem to just park them in fields like they do in America and stuff. And there's loads of quite a few minis actually dumped in the fields with the French cars. So you never know. Bit of an idea for the future there, James.
Yeah, they do just get parked up, and the same in America. They just go to a massive desert
Yeah, I think it's
scrapyard.
harder to dispose of cars, so they make their own scrapyard.
Yeah,
I've pretty much got one of them on my driveway.
I take it the seats
Well, they're
aren't
saying that they're
included
getting
in
less
the
and less
budget.
rusty.
Yeah,
No, the seats aren't. When the shell reaches a painted stage, the budget stops. So right at the beginning, it was price of buying the car, get it to a painted stage, and the budget stops, guys. So no, the seats aren't in the budget, but they're a very, very good price. I'm really happy with what I paid for them, and the car at the end of the day is still going to get built on a budget because I'm not a millionaire. I'm a 9 to 5 job guy. I don't, it's you got to do what you can at the end of the day. The car's being built out of spare parts, so. Yes, classic mini garage. I have seen that car, that bronze yellow. It's beautiful. It's really, really nice. So yeah, unfortunately, the budget on the Clubman will stop. But I've mentioned it in a few episodes. Like when the car does reach a painted shell stage, I will continue to document it, and hopefully COVID-19's done. And James has sort of said he'll come up, help me get the running gear set up, get the brakes sorted. We've got a Metro engine to go in it. Yes, I'm mentioning Metros, a 2005 MG Metro engine, and we're basically going to wing it with the engine. We're going to gasket it, sort the head. I personally heard the engine run and drive and stuff like that, so I know it was a good engine before then. But again, it's the budget. I'm not going to go and get an engine fully rebuilt when I just don't have the money for it. And to be honest, mine and James's experience with half decent engines have been really good, haven't we? We got an engine that looked like it was out of a lake, an 850. We literally took the head off, regasketed it, went through it, sort of sanded the block a little bit, tidied it up, cleaned the bores out, plopped it back on, and it's the only engine to date that we literally plugged everything in, got it plumbed in, didn't we? Turned the key and boom, it was mad, wasn't it? It was like we looked at each other and like, what?
We didn't even have to. We just took the old head gasket out. It was still pretty clean, and
yeah, put a new one in just in case.
Yeah, just gave it a quick scrape with a razor to clean all the old gasket off, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was went back on.
Clean some of the carbon out.
Had great compression as well. I remember we tested it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was slow as anything being an 850, and yeah.
But the gearbox.
We went on a car cruise that night, club meet that night, and I couldn't keep up with any of you guys. It was awful.
But like the gearbox was still good. Like there was nothing wrong.
No, exactly.
It just like it went into
people
gear.
underestimate A series engines. They're really good. They're really good engines. So.
It went on for a lot. It lived for a while, that 850, didn't it? It went on.
Yeah. So, Graham's just brought up the labour charges on the Clubman there. So, all these videos that are coming, I do go through the labour charge on it. And let me tell you something, guys. I could buy another 4 minis of what I've saved. Basing it on my research with garages, people I know that run garages and what they charge. I'm going to put a big figure out there in that video, and that's, again, I suppose, given on how that car is, but I've saved a lot of money. A lot of money on doing it myself. So, and that's the whole point of doing the budget club, and it's to get you guys into it and set yourself up with some tools. Yes, that's going to cost money. Get your welder, get your compressor if you need it. But you can do it yourself. You can. And I'm hoping I'm going to be proof of that. So.
Yeah, it's going to be a good budget.
A series of bulletproof engines, yeah, they are pretty good in that respect. Oh, series just answered me when I said A series. I don't want the budget Clubman now. It's getting the Metro parts in it. Hey, come on! It's an early MG Metro engine.
Just think of the power.
Yeah, it's either that or you want a Coca-Cola infused 1100. So which one are you going to pick?
One of them is moving,
um,
one of them isn't.
yeah. So yeah, going back to the engine, a few people have asked on Instagram and sort of personally as well, have I unseized it? No, I haven't. I've not gone back to it, to be honest. I've left it with some oil in it, and I could go and try it tomorrow or tonight, I guess, after the live. But personally, even if it's unseized, it's damaged. Those bores have been stuck for a long time. Um, the reason we and James did that Pronto engine swap for that 850 at the time is because the 1100 was just, we're sick of taking head off it. It was a rubbish little engine, really. So I've changed the colour of the car. I've changed the interior of the car. The car's going to look earlier than it should do. So I might as well not stop there, and I might as well change the engine as well, haven't I? So should get down the road quite well, hopefully.
It's going to be a nice little, fast little car.
Mm.
It will look great and it will go as well, which is the nice thing. You decided on an exhaust for Amber yet?
Yeah, she's going to have hopefully Manaflow.
Yes.
I quite like Manaflow. But a centre exit exhaust, a little bit like what you had on Eddie.
Oh yeah,
So
I loved that exhaust on Eddie. That was great. Yeah.
So I'm going to go for one of them, I think.
That was 1.75 inch exit, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going to be good for the 12.5 Metro engine to help it breathe and run nicer. I'm not really like the sidewalk. I've gone quite quiet with it. I fitted an RC40 exhaust, still got the cat, but I want a nice fruity exhaust. I want it to go well, so I don't really know.
I think the Maniflow would be fine. I think injections were standard 175, and they're 12.75. Yeah.
I don't know what bore to go with on the Clubman yet. I'm not one to having like a drain pipe hanging off the back of it. I just don't see the point. It needs to sound really. I'm going the whole point to make this car quite retro in period, so the exhaust system needs to be the same in that respect. So yeah, so centre exit. I really like the 89. If anyone saw the first ever videos of it, it's still got the exhaust on it. I think has it? Can't remember. But yeah, you would have seen it in some of our like intros and stuff. It's got a centre RC40 stainless exhaust on that, and that sounds phenomenal. It sounds really nice with the Metro engine that had as well.
I love my Maniflow exhaust. I probably will never ever not put a Maniflow exhaust on a Mini.
Yeah, I know you were a bit on the fence with me changing to an RC40 on the sidewalk, weren't you? You thought should go for it, but I've always wanted an RC40. I wanted just to be quiet. It's just I like the look of it just being really quite factory in a way. And that being said, the sidewalk's actually going to change cosmetically soon as well. So I've got a few bits just lined up for it. Potentially going away from the Japanese styling. I'm a bit bored of it. It's been done to death now. So I've had my fun with it. I'm changing it. I'm going a little bit more original with her, but with some other touches. So yeah, some sidewalk videos to come as well as what James is doing too.
Yeah, we keep hitting roadblocks with Violet at the moment, so
yeah.
Well,
you got me motivated watching a budget club and enjoying it. That's the whole point, David. I'm glad it's got you motivated again. If you've got a project sat about and you've maybe hit a brick wall with it, then yeah, that's. And me and James are open for messages and stuff, so just fire away with any questions you have, and we'll help you out as much as we can because we're not professionals at it. We're learning. You know, we're just two guys enjoying a hobby like you lot. So it's the whole point of it is being there together. So
yeah, it's been a big learning curve. Learned a lot this year, just from you, Mark.
Yeah, definitely. To be honest, nothing put me off the budget club, and that's an awesome car. Yeah, but you wanted the Dunlop D1s on the budget club, didn't you, Graham? I'm sorry, it's not getting Dunlop D1s. So, Mini 74 Clubman. That's the new name. Not seen that before. Morning, Josh got up. It's 4:58 here in Britain. Hello. I think did you message on Facebook? Comment on Facebook? Yeah. Hi. It's nice to see you.
Nice and early in Australia.
Yeah. We really, really appreciate that. So yeah, what 74 Clubman, is that your car that you've got? Do you have a couple of minis or one mini? What's your sort of story? Nice to hear from you.
Maniflow LCV on my top of my Metro engine club estate. Yeah, good choice. Awaiting resto. Well, hopefully we'll get to see that at some point.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Yeah, always good. Always ready to see a club on the estate, aren't we, James? And we are going to find James a club on the estate through the channel and us searching through trying to find cars. We're going to get James a club on the estate because ever since I've known him, he's wanted one. We need to find a good project for him.
I think other than obviously MJ being home with my dad and Eve, I've never, and I did have Eddie for a little bit, but I've never, in the 10 years of mini enthusiast, being a mini enthusiast, I've never had. Okay, yeah, I've driven loads of other minis, loads of minis, but I've never.
You've driven my estates as well,
Yeah,
haven't you?
I've driven any mini I get a chance to drive, I'll drive it. But I've never really owned another one, and I think, mate, I
Yeah.
think after 10 years, I think I owe myself to actually physically own another one. So,
Yeah.
right,
I think with Evie, your Mayfair, and an estate, you've got a happy medium there. You've got a good all-round little SPI turn the key and go mini, and then you've got your all-round long distance, long haul clubman estate that you've got plans for. I think it's a really good little mix of cars that you eventually want to get. So, hey Mark, repairing half of the inner sill on the box section to the front, would you brace it? I probably would. That's quite a bit of metal to cut out of the car. If you weren't taking the box section out, I probably would say no, you'd be okay. I didn't with MJ. Box section was very solid in MJ. I literally just cut the inner seal out. A lot of people commented that I should have braced it. But if you remember from that video, I did the doorstep first, so I still had rigidity. Then I didn't cut out the whole of the inner seal, if you remember. I cut to the door bin because the rest of the car's fine. So I didn't brace that, and I didn't see the point. The car didn't move. I was always checking the door. The car's fully built as well, which helps. If it's a strip shell, it's a bit different. It could twist. But I never braced the sidewalk, and I never did that. But just take your time. Try and replace panels in like motion. So cut one out, put one in, put the next one in underneath. They all join together. So that'd be my best sort of advice on that respect. But yeah, I'd probably brace what you're doing. It's going to be a while. Long.
whole series of me trawling the country looking for the elusive
Oh yeah,
Nazi.
we've got loads of road trips to find the cars as well, which does bring us on to our new project, doesn't it, James?
Yeah, this is the we. The next project is the enabler. It's the
Yeah.
it. There were, yeah. I think this project is going to be doing a lot for the channel, and we hope you guys love it just as much.
Yeah.
Honestly, I what
So this is something that me and James have really wanted, isn't it? It's a bit of a geeky side of us of just yeah, we just love it. So
I love it. I bit
I'm yet to see it in the flesh, but it's cool.
I was with it this morning. I just went and saw it.
Yeah.
And it's my happy place at the moment being there. So I just want to daily drive it. It's probably not cost effective to daily drive it, but
No. Um, yeah, Graham. So going back to the Ross styles on the Clubman, we're actually going to paint. So you got obviously it's all silver at the moment. We're actually going to paint the black bits in, so they look a bit sort of, it almost makes them look a bit deeper as well. But we've seen a few done painted like that, and they look really nice. The little centre caps in, so they are going to be a bit more less sort of full silver in your face. They're going to have a bit, and again the black in the wheels is going to offset with the interior and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm getting down to the shell sandblasting. I do have a few videos up, but nothing as classy as your channel. Hey, we've never been called classy, James.
oh, there you go.
Thank you very much for that. Let us. It's so yeah. I'm actually gonna click and find your channel because I'm all for catching up with you guys and seeing what you're up to and if we can help in any way. And I like to see other people how they do stuff because me and James are learning as well. So yeah, I'll go and check out those videos. So yes, Graham, we are struggling to keep it quiet. There's quite a lot that's changed Simpsons Classics. And
I've just looked at the videos that are coming up, and there's so much that has got to come, and we haven't even. That's just on one particular project that's to come. We got obviously another project coming to the channel, and then we got
we've got a few lined up after
which
that
we
one
don't,
as well.
which is not ours. We're working on
No,
it, but then we got our own project as well, which.
yeah.
But it's
Plus what we want to buy and bring to the channel as well. So
it's just all we're just all very conscious of COVID-19 at the moment. I think
it's ruining our
it
plans.
is. Obviously, we want to be as safe as possible. The rules are relaxed a little bit more now. We potentially could do a social distance meetup, but is it essential? Probably not at the moment.
It is for you guys. I know it is, and it is for us. But no,
Technically, the
100%.
guidelines on filming as well. You are allowed to film with the social distance in place, so
Exactly, yeah.
it.
So, like today, I went to collect those seats. It was, we agreed, we were happy with it. It's you've got to use your head at the end of the day and just be safe and respect others. And he was decent about it, you know. And yeah, like I say, I've seen a beautiful collection of cars today, and it's made people want to redo the budget club.
No,
Mine is nowhere near that standard, but I can't expect it to be that standard. But
that's one thing Mark will always say. I don't.
oh no, compared to what I've seen today, yeah, they're phenomenal. And to be completely honest, the car that I actually saw today that I fell in love with is quite a lot of the reason why the Clubman's gone the way it has. And also, it's going to be magazine featured soon. He was actually cleaning the car; it's prepped ready under a cover for a magazine shoot. So, yeah, you'll see it in, I think it's Mini World. It's being shot for. It's a really nice Clubman GT. So it's beautiful. It's believed to be the second oldest in existence, with the oldest one being a wooden picket Mini. So they don't really look like Clubmans anymore. They modify them quite a lot. But this is the second oldest registered GT. So it's actually a 1969 Clubman GT.
Oh wow!
And it's phenomenal. In antelope beige, it's to peel me away. I just couldn't stop staring at it. The level of restoration that this chap has they are beautiful cars, absolutely stunning cars, and really really nice chap to go with it. Have you bought a camper van? No, we haven't bought a camper van.
No,
But like James said, it's an enabler, so it is something that helped the channel. But no, it's not a camper van.
not a bad shout though.
Hmm.
Maybe we will do a camper van in the future. Convert my estate into a camper van.
Well, I think when my VW Passat gets to the point where it's bye-bye for scrapyard, I think we should make it into a ute.
It is, yeah, but being safe is everything that counts us now. Yeah, I think for now, hopefully
we've got to avoid the second wave, really.
Yeah, we've got to see what the next few weeks bring. If we don't go or get too worse for the second wave, or if it is hopefully not a full-on second wave, it's just a slight increase. But
yeah,
we'll see.
We'll do our best, guys. That's all we can do.
Hopefully, in a few weeks, we might be able to get a small meet-up somewhere, if possible.
Yeah. Will the Rostells fit on drum brakes with no spaces? Keep trying to close it. No, they don't actually. I actually bought these Rostells to put on our 72 estate, which runs drum brakes all round, so no spacers, just drum brakes all round. No, they don't fit. They actually do have to acquire quite a big spacer. They got quite a slim offset. The reason I'm going for them on the budget Clubman is I'm going to have the bigger rear drums and Cooper S front discs, and that's what the early GTs run with the Rostells. So they sit really nice on. They don't poke too much. They sit really nice on the limit. Obviously, from factory, they didn't have wheel arch extensions or anything like that. So that's the answer to that, really. Yeah, I've actually experienced the fact that I got really excited, bought them for the estate, and they didn't fit. So they fouled on. They'd probably go on the front, but then they would sit in too far. And the back, they foul on the inner arches.
You have to put the drums with the built-in. They're wider. They've got the built-in spacer essentially.
Yeah. So the budget Clubman's going to have the spaced rear drum, and then the wider offset with the discs on the front.
You putting arches on them?
No.
Will it be enough? Will it protrude a little bit, or will it be alright?
No. From confirming it again, from looking at this Antelope GT today. He's got an original GT with the spacer drums and the Cooper S brakes up front. So that's how it came as factory. And you got the chrome trim. It sits flush with that.
Okay.
It sits so nice. Yeah, it's really nice. They're really skinny wheels. They're little steels, really. They just sits. I love archless minis. I just think they look great. So I know in the background there you've got Violet with the smallest wheel arches I can find. That's purely because those wheels are just so wide. But yeah, as James has probably found out, being up close to the car, they are quite a deep offset wheel though. So
yeah, falling a little bit out of love with Violet at the moment, but
a friend of mine has a 75 GT, believed to be the only one in existence. So the only one in existence, you mean the only 1975 GT in existence? They are getting very thin on the ground, the GTs, and there's some that have come up for sale recently for stupid money, and they're not original. There's nothing left of the GT. It's It's a bit of a shame, really, that they get chopped up and changed so much. But yeah, I guess that's just what happens. They weren't valued back in the day, were they? So that's what makes one I've seen today just. It was almost an absolute honour to be in front of it. It was a pure piece of motoring heritage and history. It was beautiful. So it was really nice, and you'll see it in Mini World very soon. It's a really nice little car.
A Tillin GT.
Nothing.
I'm gonna have to research what that is.
I don't know what Tilling GT is.
There you go. Let's learn something new. Maybe we'll ask Classic Mini Garage to tell us what that means.
So yeah, Mini 74. Yeah, so you should be absolutely fine. Not running arches, little chrome trim or black trim, whatever you want to go. Yeah, they are quite nice little wheels. Yeah, I think they are Graham 145 tyres. I'm running 145. Whatever the tyres, the Yokohama's AR 32Rs are, that's what's on mine at the moment.
Oh, okay. It sounds like it was a conversion.
Yeah, I've actually just started looking at that myself. So you got like Downton, you got
Mini
you got Radford,
DeVille,
got,
Tillin.
yeah. So yeah, that could be a very, very rare car, Classic Mini Garage. So personally, I don't. There's a few wooden picket minis about. They're beautiful inside. The interiors of wooden picket minis are stunning, but I I don't know. I don't like the quad lights on the front and stuff. I just think it looks a bit much, bit fussy, I guess is the best way to put it. But I know Sam's very keen on a Downton Mini. He really enjoys a Downton Mini.
Yeah, it looks like they did some they smoothed the top of the rear roof, and then put probably like a vinyl wrap on it by the looks of it. Weird.
Yeah, I think I know exactly what one you're talking about.
They've done a.
So yeah, I think the earliest GT in existence is a wooden picket mini. I think number one. It's just such a shame that number one's been done that, but I guess it is what it is, isn't it? Now when he's finishing it. Yeah, Scotch Piper is me, Sam, and Tony are quite regulars there really when we can go. We've completely lost this summer and this nice weather now. It was a bit of our hangout, wasn't it, Sam and Tony? So it's a really nice little place. Some awesome cars turn out, and I mean some really exotic, nice stuff. So. James Ryan, hi Jimmy. So yeah, if you only seen the Budget Clubman videos, the little Applejack Green Clubman, that's Jimmy's.
Paul Jeffries, right.
Yeah, I think anyone's just up for a car meet these days. No, I've never heard of a Tilling. I've heard of Wooden Picket. I've heard of the Radford. Crayford is the convertible ones that they did to the minis, like the early '60s Mark Ones and stuff. But yeah, I've not heard of that. Definitely one to hold on to if it's the only one in existence. There's another one that's made by Oisler. It's a build on the Mini Forum. That's a Clubman as well. It's like a maroon with a cream top. That's another Mini. That's another coach built Mini. It's quite cool. But yeah, it's really good. I think at the end of the day, if you can get hold of a Mini that's that rare and that unique, you've got to hold on to it. So we talked about Dream Minis and stuff earlier, and Will mentioned it, I know. But for us, or for me personally anyway, those are the minis I'd like to get, and I'd love my first Mini back when I was 15, 1100 Mini Special. I've tried going on the Owners Club thing. I've tried going on the Facebook page. I can't track it down. I can't find it anywhere. To be honest, if I stood in front of it again, I don't know what I would do because I just want to own it. But I can't find it.
Well, it's funny.
It hopefully surfaces.
Well, it was funny I was talking about 1200 GT because technically the first Mini I ever had when I was 15, 16 was a 1275 GT that was completely rotted out, probably a bit too much, and it was pretty much going to be a reshell. And then in the end, we decided to shift it. But we actually tracked it down we sold it to a guy in
Yeah,
Belgium.
yes, it's a good story, this, isn't it?
We sold it to a guy in Belgium. Um, well, probably was about 10 years ago. And we recently got in contact with him just to see if he still had it or if he had restored it at this point. But he bought a lot of projects at the time. He bought a lot of minis over from England and took them back home to Belgium. And I think this one was, I think he slowly realised the rising cost of restoring cars.
Yeah,
This one sat around.
especially a club one that's cheap.
It sat around for a bit, and then he ended up selling it as like a parts car project to someone else in Belgium who just bought it for the interior, by the sounds of it. And he reupholstered the interior, but apparently the shell is still probably sitting somewhere in Belgium,
All
rusting
right.
away. But he said we might be able to get it back if we really wanted it. But I'm like, I know what that shell was like, and another 10 years of probably being exposed to the elements, it's not going to be a shell.
Depends if it's been ordered.
It's
You know what, James? We could. What colour was that originally meant to be? Your
it
GT?
was yellow.
Yellow.
I don't know
So the
what
bright
it
yellow.
was, bright yellow with the
Yeah.
with the black pinstriping. So
Yeah.
someone did
I
put
can't remember what that yellow's called. It's got a name, obviously. I can't remember what it's called. But I knew someone else that had a GT in that yellow as well. It's really bright colour. So obviously the budget clubman's a bit mustardy in comparison. So, what James Ryan's just said then, or Jimmy, he's said that Tony's R Sprint is still in the bonnet of his clubman. I really wish we filmed that moment. So some bright spark connecting the live to the starter motor. The car was in gear after we went 4 times. Is the car out of gear? And it shot forward and nearly crushed Tony into the table. And luckily, no one was hurt, no one was injured. The car wasn't damaged, but it was quite funny. We shouldn't laugh, but it was an eventful night. It was near an A&E night, but yeah, classic mini garage. That's the colour. Couldn't think of it. That's the colour.
Inca
That's what
yellow.
yours would have been, Jake.
Yeah, Inca yellow. That rings a bell now. Yeah.
Yeah. Try and get hold of it for another budget series. You'll be shocked. It's actually. So I tracked the car down. I sold the car at the age of 17. I bought it when I was 15. I sold it at 17. I moved out home. Couldn't afford to do it. Gutted. Sold it. Bought a Mini. It was on the road though, so I can enjoy a Mini still. Guy restored it a year later. Offered it me back for a really silly price these days. In concourse condition. It was absolutely phenomenally, amazingly restored. It was so nice. Really, really nice. I basically did the whole work on the shell and then sold it as a rolling shell that need paint. I couldn't afford it and it disappeared. It then didn't surface for a little while and then appeared back in Blackpool somewhere in a motorsport company for sale. I'd just moved up the country, couldn't afford it again. It was £8,500, I think. Couldn't afford it, and since then it was for sale for a good while, good 6-7 months, and it's disappeared now. It's obviously tax and MOT exempt now. It's been a 1979 and I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where it's gone. Like I said, the owners clubs aren't helpful in that respect. They can't help me track it down, and yet apparently it's on the register still because I registered it, but I can't find it anywhere. It's a real shame because you might see me sell a Mini to buy it back. I've always said if one had to go, it would be the budget clubman, and I would sell that probably to buy that car back, or I'd find a way of having them all, but we'll see. Good evening, Jay. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, see, there you go, James. Graham's right. We go get your GT.
Yeah.
We can restore it.
He did say it's a possibility the shell still is lying somewhere. But
They need the ID to it in the shell, and we can restore it.
well, the thing is, we found the VIN plate, me and Dad, the other day. So, but we're still not convinced. I don't know. I think there was some dodgy dealings with this car in the past.
Yeah.
But we might not never know.
Yeah. Hey Jay, right, that's quite interesting. That you were in the R1 Mini going to the peaks and New Year's Day. That's awesome. Yeah, we were following you pretty much the whole route around the Peak District, weren't we? That was an awesome run. I remember seeing your back end twitching and stuff like that as you put your foot down on it. It's a cracking little car that. And yeah, just mad to hear a Mini running an R1 bike engine. It's a bit mental, really. Yeah, thank you for getting in touch. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos as well, buddy. Thank you for that. Evening, Luke. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Does your Clubman have protection plates covering the fuel and brake shot? Mine has entire. No, it doesn't. I believe that
It
is
was never.
an Australian fitment. The SPI's had a little shield on the front on the toe board.
Yeah.
So the injection minis, but no, mine didn't, and it hasn't, and none of my other cars.
I
It
don't
definitely
think,
wasn't a UK thing.
apart from the injections, have that little bit of plastic that always falls off. I think Evie's
Yeah,
lost hers. I think Dad's has as well. But yeah, they never had them, I don't think.
no, they didn't. Yeah, Paul's right there. Fiesta Yellow's an early Mark 1 colour. That it's really nice as well. It's like a sort of a pastely white. That's a pastely whitey yellow colour. It's a lovely colour.
If it was an inky yellow, that would have been 1275 GT with 12-inch wheels. A later one, yeah, it was a 79. So
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think that's what would have been the colour.
yeah, it did come with 12-inch wheels, 12-inch steelies with the British Leyland hubcaps. Still had them actually.
Yeah, because the GT went up to 12-inch wheels because it had the bigger brakes on the front,
Yeah.
whereas Amber, the 1980 budget Clubman, is 10-inch drums all round with 10-inch steels originally because it's obviously a budget. It was a base car, budget car, velour interior and stuff. It was a very basic car. Someone's just seen another question. Ross B, what got you into minis? Me personally, my granddad had them. He always used to talk about having minis. My mum actually fell out of a passenger of a mini, sat on her granny's lap. So I heard loads of stories about that back in the 60s, 70s. And really, what got me into them is I always loved them, Italian job films and whatnot. But I used to live in a tiny little residential street, 4 or 5 of us lads in the street, kicking a football around, mucking around, and his dad was always tinkering with his mate, working on a mini on the driveway. And it got to a point where I slung the football to the side, couldn't be bothered with that, and I was just glued to watching them build this mini, which was an Innocenti Cooper Export, which is why I love them so much, because I think that really got me into minis. But that car still exists, and it's great, and I might actually try and get hold of him because I know they traded it between friends, and the friend that built it basically now owns it. So that's what got me into minis at the age of 15. I had 2 by the time I was 16. I couldn't drive, but yeah, for James, I think it was a similar thing: the films and the nostalgia of a mini.
Yeah, my brother bought his mini, obviously being 3 years older, so I was 14, 15 when I first got to go in a mini, and I just at a young teenage or mid-teenage life, I got very excited about being in a mini, and I just helped fix little bits here and there. And by the time I was 16, heading towards 17, obviously we bought the project hoping to restore it by the time I could drive, which was the GT.
Yeah.
And but yeah, obviously that never come through. But then I bought Evie instead, so that was for me. I never really. But then my dad learned to drive in a mini. I think it was 1275 Clubman. It was a Clubman of some sort, but Granddad owned one.
I think it's the thing, isn't it? Everyone sort of had an experience with a mini. So, Luke Harvey, what do you think to M-Machine panels? After doing MJ the Cooper all day long, M-Machine panels. If I could have M-Machine panels over Magnum, I would definitely do that. Magnum are just a bit cheaper. Some Magnum panels are good. The door steps aren't too bad. Door bottom repairs, which you've seen in the recent video of the Clubman, they're really good. I think it's for your budget, but M-Machine definitely better still. So if you can buy M-Machine or Heritage, go that route. It's mental, isn't it, that injection mini saves fuel?
If it's metal, yeah. There was a metal. Oh, it's plastic. I don't know.
It's metal.
Maybe I was just wrong there. Yeah. It's the plastic clips that I think. Isn't it plastic clips that go around the hose?
Yeah,
the metal fuel lines.
Clips.
Yeah, that's what breaks. Yeah.
Hey Jay, I'd like the sound of that, bringing the R1 Mini to the channel. Yeah, if you don't already, can you find us on Instagram or email us at, I think our email's on there, simpsonsclassics@outlook.com. It'd be really good to get together, mate, because you're pretty local to me as well. Obviously, when all this is over, and if I could have a go in it, it'd be awesome. That would be great. Sorry, I'm assuming it's got a sequential box, by the way you were flicking through the gears, so yeah, I'd quite like a go in that. It'd be awesome. So yeah, thank you for that, mate. Rusty or City, there is a budget Clubman getting front disc. Yes, it's got a Cooper S brake conversion kit sat waiting for it. So I'm going to rebuild the hubs off the sidewalk that I have spare, or James is. And yeah, we're going to run Cooper S discs up front with the bigger drums at the back for that sort of period look. And I'm running a bigger engine, so I want discs on the front. That noise in the background is my dog playing with its toy.
Good old puppy.
I don't know what she's doing. There you go. I personally can vouch for M Machine. I haven't had a bad panel yet from them. Although saying that, the budget, the 89 recap coming, I've got 2 panels from M Machine, and they're for the door pocket repairs, and they're pretty crap, to be fair. They're going to need cutting up and extending, but that's just, you could just buy a new door pocket. So 79 Denver wheels. Yes, I like those wheels. They're very cool. Very period, David.
Rust Bucket, the exact same scenario as me, Carly.
Yeah, I think you messaged me on Instagram, and I think our stories are very much similar in that way. Your mini as well is very much similar to what my mini special was like, with a filler everywhere and stuff like that. So I can definitely sort of compare notes and stuff in that respect, because we definitely are going to go for the same experience in life. Obviously, I'm hitting the 30, the 15 years of doing this now, but. Reason I asked if I ending Heritage. Yeah, if you can't afford Heritage and you want to avoid Magnum, go for M Machine. They are really, really nice. Their floor panels are great. Yeah, they're really, really nice. So I don't know if anyone knows, but the pickup that Matt Green restores on his channel was actually owned by my brother. If you flick through Instagram, there's quite a few pictures of that pickup when we got it originally. My brother lost interest in it, watching and moved it on, but that actually had a full M Machine floor for it, and yeah, it's like a work of art, really. It's a really nice floor pan. Oh, drop me a message on Instagram and I'll show you where the rest live. Now, Jay, we need COVID-19 to go. This sounds like a good day out. Yeah, definitely. I'll find you on Instagram, and where we have to get together for sure. I feel old, Graham. 30 is, yeah, I don't feel good for 30. I'm not going to lie. And I've not learned anything, have I? In 15 years, I'm still mucking around with rusty cars.
They do them in one piece.
Got to do inner and outer seal. Yeah. If you've seen MJ, James bought the inner seal for the Cooper. So really, really good fit. And I'm obviously hoping he's going to be happy when he sees it in the flesh. But they are really good floors. So.
Oh, Blackpool. Blackpool is up north.
Blackpool, yeah. I'm sort of Liverpool, Manchester way, depending on where I am at the moment in time. But really, I hover around the Manchester way. So we're not too far away from each other, really, Rust Bucket. One thing that was mentioned previously in this chat was the Scotch Piper. That's towards Southport way, I think. It's a pub, basically, but every Monday night, obviously COVID-19 or not, they have a car meet, a classic car meet. And there's some beautiful cars ranging from kit cars, Lamborghinis, Minis, Maestros, anything, really pre-war cars. There's so much stuff there, really nice cars. So it's free. You can just turn up, bring your car, go and have a little drink, chill. Definitely worth checking Scotch Piper Pub out. They've got a Facebook and an Instagram page.
Yeah, I can't wait to go look.
It's a really good page.
For me, anything above London is also defined as up north. So.
Watford Gap.
Yeah, it's north.
Back around rusty cars, it's more fun than working on modern cars. Yeah, completely agree, Michael. The thought of servicing my daily just bores me, to be honest. So, yeah, I definitely like old cars, and long may they live at the end of the day. If we can do the best to keep them on the road and they don't get forced off the road with all these fuel changes and tax changes, and
well, they're all going to
enjoy them.
They're all going to have to be running on ethanol in 30 years' time, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. So
that's going to be fun.
I think my estate might need an engine rebuild by that point. Yeah.
don't know if hardened valve seats is going to be enough for the F1. I know you've got to change all your fuel hoses and everything, fuel pump.
Yeah,
Just eats through rubber, doesn't it? So
yeah. Yeah, so we're obviously talking here where we all sort of roughly are in the UK. Going back to that meet, I think it'd be really good. I think if James was coming from the south of the country, I'm coming from the north of the country. Obviously, everyone above Manchester, sorry, you can obviously come down and join this way. But if we find mutual places, each place to meet, and then have a big meet up, maybe Northampton, which is midway for us both, I think that'd be really good, and I think it'd be quite exciting to actually meet some of you guys. It'd be really nice. Obviously, you guys in America and Canada and um, Australia and
bit of a drive
stuff.
for them.
Yeah, bit of a drive for them. But one day, you never know, we could go on tour. Be nice to see everyone. So yeah, it's one of them. It's
That would be cool. There's a lot of Americans, like places across America I want to visit, but I'm sure there's a lot of
yeah,
minis across the pond,
yeah,
and same in Australia down under. I'm sure there's a lot of minis over there that I would love to go see. So, well,
yeah.
that would be living the dream, wouldn't it? Touring to see people's cars, especially if we
Can
went to
anyone
the.
guess where I am? Romford guy. Do you live in Romford by chance? I'm between what's up. So yeah, Michael's down James's way. You've got Dartford. That's James's way, really. Um, Catch you later, Jay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
take care,
definitely.
Joe.
I'll send you a message. Yeah, so we've got quite a good. Well, we've got to work on this, James. It needs to be a good plan. We're going to get on with this.
We'll add it to our never-ending list of stuff that we need to do.
Yeah.
And it's grown quite a bit. We actually might need to write this down because there's a lot of stuff we've said that I think we're going to forget about if we don't. Yeah, we'll have
Yeah,
a
we
little,
do. We need to
we'll
make
have
the Simpsons classics
we'll
list.
have a debrief after this after
Yeah,
this live chat.
yeah. So,
Uh,
hmm?
Mark's
Hmm.
shopping has returned.
So, yeah. It's a 24-hour plane ride and a car hire. Yeah, that's a bit of a trek for you, mate. But are you going to bring your mini with you? That's the question. Put it on the plane.
I suppose you could hire a BMW Mini. That could count, couldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, we need to work something out. It'd be really good to get together with you guys, and maybe when we're there, we could go live when you guys are all there, so you could be involved in one of our lives, and you guys from across the pond that couldn't make it, we can all sort of properly meet. I guess yeah, I think that we could work on this. So I think it's a good idea.
Did
But yeah,
Lizzie come back with beer, Mark?
yeah. Graham James smells beer. Yeah, it sounds right. There's quite a few from New Zealand. There's, I think, some South African cars there. Um, there was the actual Australian Mini Works, I think they're called. They didn't bring a Mini over, but they toured all the Mini places in the UK around IMM.
Mm.
So maybe when the IMM's back in the UK, which is another 4 years away, unfortunately, because of COVID-19, we could maybe do something like that. It'd be quite fun. So, upstairs.
Was it what they call it, Project Porky? Was it the one from New Zealand? Was it Porky?
Yeah,
Some. Yeah, I remember seeing it. It was quite cool. But like, I remember when I was in IMM in 2013 in Italy, they had cars from America. They had minis, had MPIs from New York, on New York, New Jersey plates, I think. I was surprised two of them there.
yeah,
One was New York, one was New Jersey. I was like, that's a hell of a trip, New York to Italy.
yeah.
But yeah, there were people that did it.
Yeah, we're sure we can make something work. So, yeah, so an update really for this week. We've got, like James has said, quite a few things in store. There's quite a few videos in the bank, so to speak. We've got our new project to come. We've got a swap over of a project to come. We've got loads of plans that we've just spoke about with you guys. There's loads coming. So, yeah, it's been really good chatting to you guys this week. It's been nice to get together. We're going to miss a week again, and we'll catch up with you again. So what's that be like, the 20th of June? Well, what date is that? Let's work that out for you guys.
Um,
Uh, I haven't got a calendar anywhere near me.
20th, Saturday 20th.
Oh, that was a good guess, wasn't it? So yeah, Saturday the 20th, we'll be back, and yeah, it's been really good chatting to you guys. Thank you for always coming back. Yeah, a few little sneak peeks to what's going on with the cars, and we'll catch you in the next one, I guess. So thank you very much for joining in, and stay safe, enjoy your projects, and yeah, if you've got any questions, just fire away on Instagram or email. We're more than welcome to answer as much as we can. And yeah, stay safe, everyone.
Yeah, stay safe. Thanks
Catch
for
you next one.
thanks for joining us.
Bye bye.
No one still guessed what we bought yet. This is really
No one's
no one
guessed, have
guessed.
they?
I know.